Grand Rising, everybody. I hope you're having an exceptional Tuesday. This is our post Labor Day weekend, so I'm sure people are trying to get their lives together. So I'm so grateful to life, God, our creator, and to the ancestors for making it possible for us to be able to meet this morning. And I ask that the time that we spend today, let it be very productive and efficient. Hotep, amen, ashe. So welcome to the OFC business team meeting. And actually, before we start, let me play our why we exist little video clip. Then I'll speak to it. And while I give some time to our people to get on the line. All right. And I hope everybody did their homework. Last week, the question was, what is your vision? And we're supposed to bring it today. All right, 1 second. Oops. Bring this back a notch. And whoops. That's all right. No technical difficulties and share.
And director of the OFC. We're also known.
Where's my full screen option? There we go.
Peace. I'm Farah Hamid Freeman, founder and director of the OFC. We're also known as the One Full Circle Melanated Community Resource Hub and Network, founded October 2011. I'm honored for this opportunity to introduce you all to the OFC. But more importantly, I'm excited for what this OFC BNI collaboration will economically do for your business, your family, and our community. The OFC is dedicated to bridging the gap between the French and the English-speaking melanated community, and to empowering the community by providing culturally adapted resources and support. But the power of the OFC is in our network. We serve a community of over 16,000 members. Our members consist of entrepreneurs and business owners, as well as individuals and families. All members are committed to supporting each other in order to create a solid economic foundation for ourselves and our future generations. Within the OFC, we understand that by supporting your business, your company will expand and will eventually create employment opportunities for our youth. Our model is simple. Members come to us for products and services, and we refer them to you. At the end of the day, we may have amazing products and services, but we need access to clients willing to spend money in our businesses in order for us to thrive. This collaboration is doing exactly that and more. Being accepted as a member of an OFC BNI chapter means that you will benefit from the powerful business-to-business networking and coaching from BNI, in addition to the constant flow of clients and support from the OFC. Like BNI says, we are stronger together. But don't take my word for it. Get involved and experience the benefits for yourself. If this opportunity is right for you, let me be the first to welcome you to the OFC community and to the BNI family. To get started with the OFC, simply sign up at ofccommunity.com. Our member success representatives are ready to be at your service. In the meantime, please remember to think of us first for all your community and business needs. Thank you again for your time and enjoy the rest of the presentation.
Yay, all right. So that was the quick why we are here. So basically, the OFC business team meeting is a precursor to becoming a member of the OFC BNI, if that's what you so choose to do. So just to explain quickly just what the OFC business team, what to expect today in the OFC business team meetings. So first off, we have, we do our regular introduction, where we welcome our affiliates on the line. I'm checking. I don't see any of the affiliates on the line right now. Oh, not yet. But basically, so affiliates on the line are the business owners who are here to be of service to the community. They offer different products and services, and they're here to help all the business owners to be able to evolve. Next, we have, we open the floor for the entrepreneurs and the business owners to be able to introduce themselves, explain their products, their services, and give you all a quick intro of who they are. Also, they take the opportunity to share with each, share different things that happened with each other, connections that were made. But most importantly, they take the opportunity to share what their needs are and the type of clients that they're looking for. And then once the tool and the tab is done, as a collective, we network, we share, we give each other different tips and tricks. After that, we open the floor to our featured guests. Today, our featured guest we have Kemba Williams, and I think her partner Andrea is going to be online as well from Keen Real Estate Group. So they're going to be on this morning, just sharing a bit more about their business and a bit about their business, and giving us some tips and tricks about real estate and how we could get involved and sign up to their workshops. And then that's it. That's pretty much we do our round table, we get educated, and then we're able to ask some questions to Kemba and her partner to understand a little bit more about what they do. And then we do this every week. And the goal is to be able to build tighter bonds with each other as business owners, and just to be able to help each other. We encourage everybody to put your contact information in the chat so that everybody could exchange. We encourage that everybody take an opportunity to connect with each other after these meetings. Each person has on average 60 to 90 seconds to introduce themselves. Today we're a smaller group. Again, I think it's because we're coming off the holiday. It's just one of those things. But it's okay. So I'm giving everybody just an amount of time. And we encourage that everybody, if you're in a position to turn on your cameras, because again, we are a team. We're here to network. We're here to see each other. We're here to build. And also, different than a lot of business meetings, our business meetings are now open to the individuals who are members of the OFC. You're able to just take part as guests, take part as spectators. If you have questions in terms of individuals, you're welcome to ask them when we open up the floor for questions. And if you have needs as individuals, if you're looking for different products and services, this is the best place to share, because you're connecting directly with other entrepreneurs and business owners within the community. So we are glad as the OFC to be able to create this opportunity to bridge individuals and business owners together. So with no further ado, so now we have again, we have a couple of guests on the line this morning. I'm hoping I see Stanley and I see Erica. I'm hoping you guys are going to be able to turn on your camera so we can see you. Grand Rising, Brother Stephen, and Dr. Williams. Glad to have you on with us this morning. So now, and as I'm checking, so we have no affiliates on this yet for the morning. When they do come on, I'll take an opportunity to introduce them. But with no affiliates on, let's dive right into the entrepreneurs who are here with us this morning. So first, we have Sue from Veggie Tropical.
Grand Rising, everybody. Happy to see everybody today. Yes, so my name is Sue, and I'm the owner of Rejoignez-nous, which is a vegan Jamaican patty company here in Montreal. Presently, I am selling my patties in various farmers markets throughout the city, but they're going to be wrapping up by October. So I am presently looking for some stores, a few stores to sell my products in. But my main goal is to find more indoor markets to sell my products. I just started collaborating with Big Will and his comedy events, which happens every Thursday night. So that went well. The first one was last week. It went really well. My other goal is for the month of September, I'm looking to find and to apply for business grants. I've already found two. The TELUS, they offer up to $25,000 to entrepreneurs. And there is a business grant with PME Montreal. But I'm looking for at least three or four more that I could apply.
Okay.
And that's it for now. Thank you.
My pleasure. And I think I have a good contact for you for the grants. Okay.
Oh.
So I will share that with you. Awesome. Next, our brother Hamsdale Jacques, Grand Rising. Nice seeing you. I know you were away for a little bit.
Yes, hi. Alpha is me all the time. Yes, I know. So very busy. So I decided to be there today. So good morning, everyone. So I'm Deja, car broker from AG Auto. So it's very important to know right now. So we're buying a used car. Right now, it's on the dealership. The interest rate can be around 8.99. So around 9% for the first chance. So you can imagine right now, even you're gonna buy a Honda Accord or Mercedes, I can tell you the payment can raise, you see, by $50 or even $100 per month. So it's very a lot. So right now, when you're buying a car, you cannot rely only on the price. You have to rely on the type of the car you are looking for. What are the mileage? You see, it is very reliable. You see what type of car it is. So it's very important, you see, to go to rely on other things, very important, because right now, you cannot have, you see, the price looking for a car, you see. So I can tell you right now, I'm looking for professionals like nurses, doctor, who want to buy the reliable used cars, say, between 2015 and up. And the price range will be $15,000 and up. Because right now I can tell you, it's very, very expensive, the car. So I'm Deja, car broker, and with AJ CO2, your car purchasing process becomes simple. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for what you're doing. It's so vital, especially in these times, Brother Hamza. It is huge. Okay. Thank you.
Actually, I have two customers. One day I told them, they said the interest rate 8.9, and they said, what? They're taking off many things, everything. So this is the reality right now. It's very tough right now, the dealerships.
Okay. No, that you're absolutely right. So looking for professionals. Cool. Just making quick notes. I like to make notes of the things that people are looking for, because then when it just come up in the week, it's fresh at the top of my brain.
Exactly. All
right. Thank you. Awesome. Brother Stephen Walker. Nice seeing you, brother.
Good morning, all. How are you doing?
Awesome,
I'm Stephen Walker, the owner of Tamper Studios, and what Tamper Studios is a social cataloging service. We market it as a promotional service for wellness experts that they can feature themselves and also their published works. Today, though, I won't be talking so much about the wellness aspect, but more about my publishing efforts. So my book is actually coming out. I recently learned that in Canada, you don't purchase your ISBN, you could actually register for ISBN. And ISBN is basically the code that goes on the back of the books when you see them with the barcodes and such. The actual term eludes me right now. So I'm just waiting on that, but the formatting and everything is done. So what I'm looking for is a few people who are willing to beta test the book, see how they feel about it before launch. I want to offer it to you guys first before I go and put it out on my social media. So that's what I'm here to do today, is try and get some people to, or this week, try and get some people to beta read the book, see how they feel about it. So if you know anyone who's interested in utopian fiction, psychological thrillers, anything like that, send them my way, and they could receive an e-copy of the book they could read in its entirety before the launch. After that, the one request that I have for those people who would read it is to submit a review. They don't necessarily have to submit it on the publishing site that I put on, like say Amazon or Reedsy, but they could send it to me and I'll have it submitted. But that's what ultimately we're looking for, a minimum of 15 reviews from people who read the book. So that's what I'm here to do today, this week. All right. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Brother Stephen. So in total, if I understand correctly, ideally the goal is to get 15 people to beta read the book.
15, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Awesome. Thank you, brother. Thank you for being here. All right. Next up, Sister Dr. Dorothy Williams.
Okay.
That's good. I just saw Dorothy, but I got to give you a proper title. And
Well, apparently that is my proper title, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they tell me anyway.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. I am president of blackbiblio.com, which is run out of Montreal. And we create products for educators in K to 12. And there is some spin-offs from that. Right now, we are looking for, as we're always looking for connections in schools. And the burning issue right now is, because Christmas is coming, holiday season. I have a set of collector's cards, which are associated with my school products, the ABCs of Canadian Black History Kit. And those cards, a deck of cards, are available for sale. They're quite affordable for every household, $20 per pack, which is 26, has 26 cards. And they're great. Both adults and kids love them. It seems to be the reaction I get from both. And they're wonderful Christmas presents, birthday presents. People buy them in bulk for prizes of games and different things like that. So we're looking for retail locations, places where they'd be interested in displaying the cards. And also, I've been looking for a while for a national distributor to put them in novelty stores, comic stores, different things like that, where people would be interested in collecting. Maybe over the years, we'll have a whole other set or two of these cards, and they'll have some kind of value in and of themselves. So anyway, those are the immediate concerns that I have. So thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. So looking for a national distributor and retail outlet.
Yeah, that's something that, you know, has kind of been on the back of my head. I was looking to connect up with Ken's brother and stuff, but that hasn't happened. So, you know, if I have to do this piecemeal, I will, but I'm just throwing it out there because you never know what connections OFC has, right?
Exactly. That is why we are here. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you. Good. So, Erica joining from Washington. Erica, I was about to call you up next. So
I knew it. Hi, everyone. My name is Erica St. Louis. It's so great to be here. I'm joining today as a guest, but I'm definitely a future member. I've known Pharaoh Hamid for a very, very long time, pretty much since I was a teenager. And so I'm transitioning from corporate America. As I mentioned in the chat, I'm in the DC area, lived here for 12 years, but I'm transitioning from corporate America to entrepreneurship. And I have been helping moms and women develop their personal brands. I work in communications and marketing. I also have a background in graphic design. So I'm really at this point in my career where I'm combining all of those things into a service and putting it into the world. And so I really want to be part of this group to learn and grow and to really expand my services across North America. I really, Montreal is like a big part of my heart and my home. And so this really feels like the best place to be as a businesswoman.
amazing. Awesome. Welcome, Erica. Glad to have you with us this morning.
You're welcome. Thanks for inviting me.
Good. And I think I have a referral for you as well. She's
nice. I'm just nice. Perfect. Got you. I'm just going to hop off camera because I'm getting my son ready for school, but I'm here listening and yeah, I'll be engaged.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. All right. This is great. Next. Oh, good. And Brother Preston is on. Okay. Actually, Preston, I'll bring you on last. Stanley. Entrepreneur. Okay, so maybe Stanley's listening. He could be listening as a guest. So we'll introduce Preston, who is one of our affiliates and who's been an awesome support to our entrepreneurs. Preston, you with us?
Hey, what's going on, Pharaoh? How's everybody doing today?
Good. Thank you.
Good stuff. Hope everybody had an amazing weekend. I see some familiar faces on here. Always nice to see the crew, and welcome, Erica, new member to the team. So my name is Preston. I have been kind of like the digital marketing support, like coaching and so forth for the team for quite some time. I run a digital marketing agency out here in Montreal, Javalogics, the brand, and I also do an Ask Me Anything session, which we'll be taking a little pause for a couple of weeks. Where I shared with you last week. I've been having some really awesome sessions with lots of the members. As you guys know, I love teaching. But for the next 4 weeks, I've been taken up by I got an offer to teach at a college for the next month. So that's going to take quite a few hours off of my plate. So I'm going to just take a pause from the OFC Ask Me Anything session weekly from 9 to 10 for about a month to like figure this thing out. And then I'm definitely open to taking it back on. So, my ask is pretty much, you guys got questions, burning questions about digital marketing, things that are keeping you up at night, or things that are stopping you from moving forward in your business. Just ask. Even though I'm not going to be available for the hour, feel free to shoot me a WhatsApp question. That's my passion. I've been doing it for over 10 years. So chances are, if I don't have an answer, I could probably find somebody who has an answer. All right.
Thank you.
That said, best of luck.
Amazing. Thank you, Preston. Appreciate you. And again, so Preston, as you all know, for those who have taken it, after every business team meeting every Tuesday, Preston gives us a free hour of Ask Him Anything. And it's been exceptional sessions. There's been a lot of value that's been able to come out of those sessions. So like you're just saying, he's taking a couple of weeks off, but he's still going to be accessible. So we can still ask questions. And when he can, I'm sure he'll still be able to join us here quickly for the hour before he dips off. So if you guys have burning questions, Preston is always going to be available.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep joining. They don't start class that early.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you, Preston. Awesome. So before we dive into the featured guest, just quick little things that came to me while we were introduce myself. I'm Farah Hammond-Freeman, founder of the OFC. So as you guys know, we're a network here where we bridge. Initially, we started with being a bridge between the French and the English-speaking melanated community. Now we're a bridge for the whole community. We're here to serve individuals, businesses, as well as organizations. As individuals come to us for different services and support, we refer them to all as entrepreneurs within the community. We're really excited to just create a lot of different opportunities for individuals to socialize and to network and to get together, as well as business owners to be able to do the same, to connect, and for us to build. The idea is to, as a collective, come together and build more solid economic foundations for ourselves and our future generations. That's us, and that's why we're here. In terms of cool little things we have going on right now, we're now advertising a little bit more on our podcast and our radio show platform, and we're now producing content for ads. So if members are in need of, if you're in need, to produce little commercials, videos, different little clips like that, we are now set up to be able to do that. I'll share again in the chat. We have a little questionnaire that we've been circulating for the members to let us know what your needs are in terms of entrepreneurs, in terms of visibility and different products and services that you need. And we're currently working on setting that up for you. And there's one more thing I wanted to tell you guys about. Oh yeah, financial literacy. That's another big one. We've been really working hard in ensuring the community is aware of that, just how investments work, how insurance works. We want to make sure that all the members have something in place. You'd be surprised how many members don't have wills or insurance. It's just wild. So with that, we've taken the initiative to create an entire finance arm. So we have the OFC Next Level Finance team that's been meeting with the members just to ensure that you guys are prepared. So there's a questionnaire I'll share for that as well, just for you guys to let us know what information you already know and what information that you need. All right, so that is us. So I will share those things in the chat. Now, just to respond to some of the quick things, not Dr. Williams, Sue, have you connected with Ryan Knight yet? From Ryan Knight, he's based in Ontario. He runs ACBN, African Canadian Business Network. But he's helped a lot of our members getting access to grants and different funding that's available.
Okay, I'll reach out to him this week.
Okay, yeah. All right. So his name is Ryan Knight. He's also in our WhatsApp groups. And if you don't have his contact on hand, let me know and I will share it. And this is kind of random, Hamzel, but I don't know if you've ever considered connecting with, like, I'm thinking message boards, like in hospitals and different things like that, like, because I don't know, and maybe somebody here might know a little bit better, but I don't know how communications are shared amongst nurses and doctors in hospitals. But I feel there should be some type of communication board, like some type of way to get messages out. Like the first thing I'm picturing is like in grocery stores, I see those big billboards that you could post posters and stuff. But I feel there's a way to communicate messages within hospitals and stuff, because I'm just thinking how valuable it is for, especially for nurses and doctors who don't have the time, but they do have the need and they do have the budget, so to speak. So that's a demographic that I was wondering if you had looked into to be able to dive into.
Yeah, it's a good recommendation. Yes, thank you.
Okay, all right. So that's just something to think about. Okay, Stephen Walker, I'm going to be looking into that for you. Stephen Walker, have you connected with Gabriella, who owns Librairie Racine, the bookstore?
No.
Okay, so they're also members of the OFC. They have a bookstore on St. Hubert Street. And I'm thinking she would be an awesome person to connect with and to be able to speak to for other readers, right? Because I'm assuming that it would be a dope spot. If people are going for books, they're probably into reading. So she could be somebody to connect to. And same for Dr. Williams. I had made a note for her as for you to connect with her for the cards. And right across the street from her is Ketsi Antoine, who's also an OFC member who owns Espace Urbain, which is a store that has a bunch of different articles that they sell for the community. So if that's a contact that you don't have, Dr. Williams, it'll be one that I will share with you.
You put in the chat.
Okay, I will. All right. Before we finish, I'll put those in. So I'll put Library Racine and I'll put sorry, 1 second. Library Racine.
My contacts in the chat already.
Thank you.
Black Biblio information is already there.
Yes, but I'm gonna send you the contact for Librairie Racine and for Espace Urbain, which is Ketsi Antoine. Espace Urbain.
You can also hook up with UNIA's, there's Logos meetings. They have them once a month readings from the English speaking Black readers for books. And there's always a group of very interested people in literature, Black literature and stuff. So that would be a good connection. Nigel Thomas would be the contact person, or Maggie Metillus, if she's still involved. I believe she is.
Oh, awesome. Okay,
Over
so that's a good
UNIA.
connection from me. Tell us.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay, and that's UNIA. So that's for Stephen. That's for the book.
Yeah. In fact, there's a meeting upcoming. I just got a notice this morning.
Okay, awesome. And actually, that as you say that, Shiata, she's not on this morning. Shiata is also a part of a book club as well that I could. I'll refer. Stephen, I'll have Shai refer to contact you for the person who ran the book club that she was a part of. That could be also another avenue for you.
Awesome, thanks.
Cool, not a problem at all. Okay, I think we went through. And Erica, the contact I have for you, her name is Rachel, and I will share her contact. She's the doula.
Perfect. Please, thank you. I'll reach out.
Awesome. Okay, great. So with no further ado, I would like to take a moment to introduce Kemba Williams. She is the co-owner of Keen Real Estate Group. She is new to OFC. We're really excited to have her on with us this morning. So a grand rising, Kemba. Thank you for being here with us. So as you know, you have time to deep dive. We're doing great for time this morning. So, you know, you got like 10 minutes. You could ball out with the time that you have. Yeah. Introducing yourself, who you are, what you do, and just tell us a little bit more about you and Keen Real Estate Group, and then how we can take part in the different workshops and activities you have coming up.
For sure. Thank you. Thank you, Pharaoh. I haven't used my voice this morning, it feels like, but it's really nice to be here. And for me, we've had Keen Real Estate. Well, myself, I've been an investor for quite a while, and myself and my business partner Andrea, we formed Keen Real Estate Group in 2019. We made it official. We've been working on many investments along the way, and we sort of said, why don't we team up and work together? And that's how it was born. So I myself, and I'm a former banker. I used to work for RBC in Toronto, doing a lot of business operations, commercial finance type work, operations in the background, getting people money. And I learned a lot from that role, but I also learned a lot just investing along the way. And it's helped me a lot in my life from a building wealth perspective. It's helped me to see, there are more ways to earn money, build wealth than just a job. It's been an exciting journey. And so over the last 2 years, as part of our business model, in addition to, well, let me tell you what our business model is. We have 3 main things that we do in terms of Keen Real Estate Group, we do investing and investment consulting. So for example, we will buy property, we'll rent it out, we'll earn the income from that. We help others who are maybe have a property or interested in getting property. We help consult with them and help them to sort of figure out the investment that they're trying to do. Pharaoh, we had a chat about some of the investments that you have on the go with the OFC, and sort of helping you work through some things about that. So that's part of the business model that we have. We help people with the investments that they're trying to make. We also do, as part of that, we do property management. So say you're taking on something, but you're not close enough to manage it. We have a property management company. So we'll find you great tenants. We'll help them with what they need. We have some contractors and folks who work with us to help get any fixes done that you need. So that's part of that business, property management. And today I'm here to talk though about that third arm of our company, which is the education and coaching aspect. So because we've been doing this for many years, I started in 2007 buying investment property. My business partner, even before that, I think 2003, where she started buying. And so that's why we felt we had the experience and knowledge to come together. And what we see is that when we enter some of these rooms where there's a lot of investors, people who are looking to buy property, we don't see necessarily ourselves reflected in those groups. And so we feel that it's an important thing to share what we've learned, what we're doing with other people, to sort of say, this is how you would get into investing in real estate. An investment in real estate can start with your very first property, or it can start if you're living at home and you're investing in real estate for yourself. So it doesn't necessarily always look the same. And even that perspective, we try to give people a different perspective on what investing in real estate means. It isn't always the linear, I'm buying a house for myself and my family. There's all other aspects of investing, whether you're doing it passively or actively. If there's an obstacle, there's a way to solve it, and there's a way to get in, and there's a way to make sure that it's a profitable investment versus just going in just for the sake of going in. So we talk to people about that, we coach. And so right now we have a webinar on that is going to teach people about investing, some of the things we've done. So we have a free webinar coming up. It's just an introductory webinar to show you a little bit about what we do, about investing. And then we have a full course that follows that, where you could actually learn the different parts, exactly what I was talking about, from finding property, analyzing what's a good investment versus what's not, the strategies you can use, setting up your property management or managing it yourself, and just getting into that building of wealth, because that aspect is the beginning part of it. There's so many other parts, from how do you manage throughout the life of the investment, and strategies, like there's so many strategies in real estate, from flipping to BRRRRs to rent to own, and there's so many ways for you to use that to meet your goals of wealth building. So some of those things we teach you in our course. So that's a little bit about me. I don't think I took up the full 10 minutes, but
No. And actually I had a quick question. So for people
Yes.
who are interested in maybe coming together as a group to purchase real estate, is that something you guys could coach people through, walk people through, in terms of the steps from A to Z, in terms of how to work together to purchase real estate?
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. We've done that many times over. There's some things you can do as a group to make sure that you're successful. Some things to be careful for. Even just starting out, as a tip, if you're going to go invest as a group, you should have shared goals. You don't want people to have opposing positions on what they expect to achieve out of an investment. That will lead to confusion and potentially disagreements down the road. So just starting out, you need to have some shared goals about what the investing looks like and what your timelines will be. You don't want somebody who's looking for a short flip versus somebody who's looking to build wealth for the future. So just, how do you come together? You start from sort of similar goals.
Amazing.
we
And
help
the
with
reason
that.
I'm asking that, because I know, especially in the times that we're in right now, there's people looking to diversify revenue and who are just trying to survive in this craziness that we're calling life right now. So it could be something for people to think about. I'm thinking more for the long term, but if you can group together, come together with people who share the same vision, it could be a way to establish some kind of wealth, some kind of passive income. If you guys could come together and maybe purchase a multi-unit or something that could generate a bit of revenue for you guys as a collective, I think that could be something cool. So we got some hands up. So Erica and then Brother Hamza.
Hi, Kemba, thanks for sharing the information. I have a question around so I'm in the US, obviously, and I am interested in getting into real estate in Canada. Are you sort of familiar with those kinds of rules and transitions? I know there's tax implications and stuff like that involved. I'm just curious about your experience with that.
So I have more experience going the other way since I'm in Canada and going the other way. I do generally, especially when people have tax questions, we do pair them up. So for example, our business model is not to have all the answers under the sun because we can't, but we do pair you up with professionals that we've worked with who know and who have the expertise in the area. So for example, if you're trying to be most tax efficient when you're coming up to Canada with your funds, we can sort of pair you up with somebody who can help you answer those questions and help you to sort of decide on how that would best work. Specifically, that's actually a very specific thing you're trying to do. So yeah, we can.
Okay, so it's not very common.
It goes the other way more, I would say.
More, okay.
Canadians coming down to the US just because of the price of housing compared to the US and so on. But it obviously it does happen. So
yeah. Okay, thank you. I'll definitely reach out.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No problem.
Brother Hamza.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Essie, for this great information. So I will have two questions. First of all, so I just want to know, because I'm living in Montreal, you're living in the great area of Toronto. So can you support people in Montreal, let's say, who want to buy real estate, let's say in Montreal, let's say in the Montreal, Quebec?
We can, for sure. The rules are definitely, different. There are some differences in Montreal real estate, but part of the business model is, like I said, we pair you up. So we do have partners in Montreal who work on real estate who can find you a good opportunity. The principles, though, of investing, where we're teaching you about how to analyze a property, get the numbers right, that sort of thing, they don't vary from Montreal to Toronto or very much. Like, you still need to figure out the right mix. Finding good tenants is still a principle that would be the same. How do you vet your tenants and so on? What are you looking for would still be the same. So yes, we do support throughout the country, actually, anybody who's interested in investing in real estate, and then we'll pay you up with that specific person in, say, Montreal, who can help you with the on-the-ground work that you'll need to do.
Okay, all right. So if I understand, the training is about to get, let's say, the right principles to buy, let's say, the good properties for that.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Okay, all right. And my second question is about the property management, because you tell me that you have the section of your company where you have the property management. So do you charge a fixed fee, say, per apartment, or it depends on the real estate? So it's going to depend. So you're going to have a specific management, say, for the property.
So generally we have a set fee for property management. The only time we'll vary the fee is if you're asking for short-term management versus a long-term tenant management, because short-term takes up a lot more resources. There's a lot more activity in relation to managing a short-term rental versus a long-term rental.
So it's all about getting, let's say, the payment, or fix maybe a wall, or what you call, let's say, something, let's say, on the house. So it's all about that. It's about when you say the property management.
Yeah. So for example, we'll do inspections of the property, make sure it's in good order. If the tenants have an issue, we'll send somebody out to take a look, make the repair. And so you, as the landlord, can continue with, running your business or being at your job, having your kids, doing all the busyness that life has, and you can still, invest in real estate and have your property cared for, because that's part of the investment, right? You don't want to let your property go into disrepair just because you've run out of time or you're too busy to manage it.
All right. Okay. So, okay. All right. Thank you so much, Kimbo.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's all.
Give it a hands up. Dr. Williams, question?
Hi, good morning. I just have one question, really. What would you recommend as sort of a minimum that people should consider? Should they be thinking about considering it only if they have, like, say, $5,000 to spend, or 10,000? I'm not sure, sort of like what your floor is, not their ceiling, but your floor would be. I mean, realistically, otherwise it doesn't make any sense.
So it'll be different types of investments that you'll get into depending on how much money you have. So with say a $5,000 investment, you can't necessarily buy a whole property on your own unless, say, you're a first-time buyer and you're not buying in the GTA or even Montreal now, because the prices have gone up significantly. But there are passive types investments that you might be able to do sooner than later. So for example, there's a REITs. Sorry, Kavi, give me 2 minutes. Sorry, the world is crashing in on me now. We we have, like, everybody's waking up in the household. No, but in terms of the smaller investment, you could do more passive, like a REIT, which is a real estate investment trust, and that will allow you to put in a smaller amount to start. It'll help you start earning interest. The interest rates on those that you can earn is in the ballpark, depending on the REIT you find. Anywhere from 8 to 12%. And so it's a smaller investment, but it gets you started. And we can sort of direct you to some of the REITs that we've used in the past and that, may have a minimum that works. Even some of the REITs have high minimums where you might have to have 25,000 or greater. But there are basically, to answer your questions, there's other ways to get into real estate other than a direct investment. What we spoke about, and someone had a question around partnering and coming together. Your 5,000 may be able to get you maybe a 10% interest in a whole property if you have a group that's willing to let you in with that, come together with that 5,000. So maybe 5 of you with 5,000 can have a $25,000 investment that might make something to go forward into a small condo somewhere. I know there's condos going in Calgary in the ballpark of 180 to 250. So there's condos still in this country, or places in this country you can still invest at a lower amount, and you come together to do that. So it's just talking through what opportunities are there that fit what you have and also fit your goals, because maybe a condo in Calgary is not something you're interested in. So maybe it may not fit your goals. So we just talk through those types of things. Does that help? Does that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Brother Stephen Walker.
Hi, thank you. So kind of in line with that question. So I've noticed that with regards to real estate, the banks expect you to have certain revenue they expect you to cover. Is there anything, like, if you're trying to say this is what you want to do, you wanted to do real estate, is there any tips or tricks that you could provide in regards to overriding the bank, or at least establishing with the bank that, look, this is my property, I intend to do real estate as business, can I now purchase this property without having to provide, like, say, an income from a job? So I noticed you said it'd be difficult if you have your job might get into the way of thing, and you just mentioned something about REITs. So something like $5,000, you went from going into a REIT, and then you also said as joining a group. So are these two separate entities, and are these things that can help you to get a property as a single individual?
Yeah. So every there's a different strategy if you're looking to not use your own income for an investment. Generally, that's buying under commercial, as commercial real estate. That's generally how you would do it if you're not looking at your own income. But if your income is not what's being used to qualify, you're using the property itself to qualify. So that means that the property has to have enough income to cover its expenses and any eventualities, maintenance, everything. So the bank will look at that, but unless you have like a business plan for how you're going to do it with residential property, and and buy a few to help with that. I wouldn't say starting with, say, opening a corporation to buy is the best place to start. I think you have to get some experience under your belt. Usually the bank, even if they're looking at the income for the property, they do look at the buyer and who's behind that corporation to know that they have enough experience to handle things on their own, if you understand what I mean. So, but it is a strategy to use to where you're not looking at your own personal income, that you're buying in a corporation, and therefore you're avoiding that personal look. You should still have good credit though, because they do assess your credit when you're coming into an investment like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Very good question. This is awesome. See, Kemba, you definitely hit a nerve here. People are definitely interested in real estate, and it's awesome. And I think you had mentioned it. I'll remind everybody again that you do have there's like a free sign up for the webinar, so everybody could get started with that. That's kind of how you can get your feet wet. You sign up for the free webinar, and then there's the course that's happening a bit later on this month.
Yes.
To Stephen's point, there was something I had spoken to one of the bankers that are in the network. And he was mentioning to me, I think if you're buying either a 5 or 6-plex, you can the bank is more looking at the property itself than the individuals, but the difference is that you need like 50% down. So it's like or something like that. It was something like where it's like you could do that, but then you need to be able to put down like $250,000. That's where usually it's a group of people that come together and put down a large deposit. So then they could,
so the banks are always about reducing risk for themselves, in terms of how they look at a situation. So with a commercial property, they're looking at a few factors where they'll ask you, some commercial properties, they'll ask you for 25% down. So when you hear people talk about real estate and they're like, I bought something, I only put 5% in and it sounds like a super sweet deal, it's really specific to that property, that location, and the risk involved with that particular arrangement. When you hear another person say, well, I had to put 50% down and again, it's that particular situation. And so that's why every property, you need to take a look at it. Every borrower, I guess the bank is looking at them differently in terms of your makeup, your history, who's involved. And that's how you end up with a different scenario each time.
Okay.
But knowing a little more about it helps you know what to ask the bank for, when to press, when to walk away from an offer the bank is making you and potentially go with another lender. We always recommend that people go with a broker generally, unless you have a really strong relationship with your bank and they're offering you something better than what, say, the brokers can. So there's always a reason why you may go with a broker or go with your bank. But it's always good to explore, because the brokers give you an opportunity to see what else is out there. And in every situation, not all professionals are made equal. So some have a lot of experience with real estate investing versus some have very little, and they're used to, say, residential straight transactions. So when you go to them for, I'd like to set up a corporation to buy a property, it's not really something they're familiar with. So you want to go to people who may be able to help you. And we do that as part of our business model, the consulting and the coaching, where we connect you with professionals we know have experience, who've done this stuff before, and who can help you determine like a good strategy or help you answer the questions you have in that specific area.
Amazing. Very awesome. This is awesome. Kemba, this has been exceptional, and you shared a lot of awesome things this morning. Thank you so much.
Well, I have an ask.
Yes.
Guys, share if you have questions, join the webinar. The free one is there just for you to check it out. But if you feel that you know someone in your life, or you have family members or friends who are like, I've thought about buying real estate, or I'm interested, and they want a place to start and a place to learn, share the webinar with them, share the course with them, join yourselves. I would love to see some faces there who are coming out to learn and to ask questions. So please, get registered.
Awesome. Thank you. So, and I saw 2 people join that I want to just take an opportunity to shout out and give you a moment to share. So I see Sister Rachel, and if it's who I think it is, it's pretty cool, because I think I just mentioned your name before you came and then you jumped on. I'll give you a sec if you're gonna unmute and say hello. And then next we have Brother Benjamin. And then I'm gonna ask you guys, I know some of you guys are new, so you didn't have the homework question from before, but last week's question was, what is your vision? And before we wrap, I usually like to take a little time just to reference the motivational video we watched at the beginning. So there's a couple of things that stood out to me in that video as well. Benjamin, Rachel, you guys gonna say what's up? You guys, are you guys here? If not, we're gonna keep it moving.
Hi, this is Rachel. I'm a mom and we're currently getting ready for school. I've already done real estate. I'm just kind of here to listen and support. Thanks.
Oh, hey, Rachel. Okay. Very nice seeing you. Okay, so this is a new Rachel that we just met. Hey, Rachel, glad to have you on here. Okay, so it's not Rachel the doula that I had mentioned before. It just so happens there's two Rachels in the network.
Noted.
Right? Good. So, Brother Benjamin, hello.
Hello, everyone.
Cool. Nice having you.
Nice to see everyone again. It's been a while. I've obviously you guys know how busy it's been with the kids around, all that, but it's good to be back. Came back, great presentation. I was late. Sorry about that, but with the few I got, that was really spot on. Thanks, and I will be contacting you again soon. And I'm not quite sure what link you talked about to join your
Well, I'll share it again.
Okay, please. I appreciate that. So yeah, you guys know me. I'm business process analyst. I'm also involved in educating kids, basically empowering them, for the future. And my simple question is this: if you're passionate about going green, eliminating toxic product from your home, if you're tired of being tired and you're concerned about the quality and the cost of the basic necessity you bring into your home, well, we help to educate individuals and business owners on how to optimize their health and productivity through our online green community. And if you have any question, you can reach me for more answers. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Brother Benjamin. And don't forget to share your contact info in the chat. Brother Stanley, you with us? I see you're off mute. Do you want to say hello? Or is that a mistake? No problem. I don't want to put you on the spot. If you're not ready, it's okay. All righty. So thank you, Brother Benjamin. And I want to remind you guys, so this video doesn't just stay here. Like once it's done, we always upload it onto YouTube and share it with the members who weren't able to take part. So people do go back and watch it just to see what they had missed. So definitely, guys, it is good that you're sharing your website, sharing your information, because people will tune in after to check it out. So I'm not gonna put everybody on the spot, but last week's video we watched, was part of the motivational video. The question was asked, like, what's your vision? Because it was really important to be able to have something that you're working towards in terms of helping to get to your goal. So and if you don't have a vision, it's really hard to actually to get there, obviously, if you're not sure where you're going. So one of the questions was, what's your vision for yourself? What's your vision for your business? So we had said we'd give some time to some people last week. So I don't know if anybody had a chance to do their homework, or if you have the answer to the question now and you want to share, you're welcome to. And this is kind of like the informal part of the meeting. So you guys could just shout it out like church if you want. It works, if you guys you have a vision, you know what it is, feel free. And if not, I'm gonna go to my other question.
I'm always thinking about my vision. So I didn't write anything down, but it's in my head.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to share it?
Sure. I'm looking to expand the business. I want to not only, continue to make patties, a variety of patties, but I also want to start to make other products. I won't mention them right now, but I'm looking into that, just expanding, perhaps having a small storefront somewhere. Although right now, when I say that, it's a little bit scary to me because it's a bit of a risk, but Yes, when you go into business, you have to be willing to take some risks.
Take that risk sometimes. Yes, it's good when you're a part of a team. It could be a more calculated risk, and we could help to support to help you get to where you want to go. But that's very cool. And I'm going to note them. So one of your visions is to have a small storefront and to sell more different products.
Yeah, and exactly. And I also want to be able to have, you know, places for people to sit just in front of the storefront so that I can build a community, neighborhood spot where people can, you know, come regularly to meet, to eat, and socialize.
Nice. Cool. Anybody, thank you for sharing that, sister. Me,
I have a vision.
you have vision? Let's hear it.
Yeah, so my vision is I see myself having products in Target, specifically art and home goods related products. So, you know, Target, well, you guys don't know out there, but out here, Target is like so huge right now with like having like really nice stationery and a lot of nice pillows and just little cute things for the home. If you're familiar with Joanna Gaines, she's sort of like the new age Martha Stewart. So that's like my big vision, one of my big visions. And it's so attainable because there's a few friends that I know that already have products in Target, you know, just little things and stuff. So yeah, I want the collective support in helping me get there.
Nice. I like that. Again, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anybody else want to share their vision? Vision, mission, how they're seeing things? Well, yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
not necessarily going to share my vision, but in line with that vision, I once sort of joked that Bill Gates, if he were to drop $5, it's a waste of time for him to reach down and pick up the $5, because by the time he would have picked up that $5, he's already earned that much money or something like that. So I'm not saying I want to have lots of tons of money, but the idea of being able to do something that is continuously generating. You look at our media right now and all the things we've been watching. These are people who came from places, like especially in the hip hop community, just for starts, or like I referenced Tom Billio at one point. These people, they like came from substandard situations and now are finding themselves where they are helping the community. And as a result of helping community, they're generating enough income that all it does is a self-sustaining thing. So something to that effect. I just really like that idea of Bill Gates not being able to bend down to pick up $5 because it's not worth his time.
So so having some kind of passive or wealth that's generating on its own. And actually, a fun fact I learned from Kemba this past weekend is that 9 out of 10 people build their wealth using real estate. So that's something just to keep in mind.
There it is.
Good. All right. Just to keep in the back of your mind. Any other visions? I'll share mine real quick. Like I have a simple vision, but it's I'm not sure how simple it is, but this whole concept of the OFC where people could bridge and to connect with each other and have this kind of open conversation and be like-minded is a vision I'd like for it to live on beyond me. Like, so it's something that I create and I keep the fire going, so to speak, but I would love to get to a point where it's something that lives beyond me, where the concept, the structure, the philosophies are embedded in what we call the OFC, this OFC community, and it's able to expand globally and to be able to continue to create these bridges and networks for future generations to come. That's it's very specific. Like I see this is what I want to make happen. So it's everything I'm doing right now it's been working towards that. So that's kind of been my my thing. Dr. Williams, you got a hand up?
Yeah, definitely. The vision for me has been, I guess, the motor of what I've been doing for the last, I guess, 30 years. If I had to encapsulate it into what my vision is basically putting a Black Biblio product in every classroom around the world. Point final, that's it. I mean, I don't see any other world that I'm trying to create that would end any other way, is that people see the value of my history and my culture, and it's reflected in the classroom, every single classroom beyond Canada.
Ooh, I love that. And that one, it's like it's easily attainable with people, with groups like this, because a lot of us have children, right? So which means that our kids are in school, which means we have an influence on that particular school. We could send in a letter and say we want Black Biblio products in our child's classroom, at least, right? And then that could trickle out to other parents. So it's not a crazy thing if we start thinking about it, like how do we leverage who we are, our strengths as just people and parents and different things like that. We do have an influence that can help to make that possible.
Oh, I think so. And it's just a question of just marshaling certain forces. But the vision is not just limited to who I am. It's also limited to the change that I want to bring.
I love that.
You know, it's what the whole point of the products are, which is to change the narrative. And I can't see it happening any other way. So that to me would be because that's what a vision is, right? What is your perfect world? Well, that's the perfect world. I could retire, I could die and say, okay, it's done.
It's done. I love, I love that. And maybe something we could talk about offline, Dr. Williams, is maybe even creating a template letter that you could send to us as parents that we could share out to schools to say we want it. It's not a crazy thing, but it's simple. So it's something we could work on and we can make available to the parents to send out to their schools. Good. So make a note of that so I don't forget.
I have something to add about that.
Yes.
It's funny you mentioned that because my kids go to French school. My one child, goes to French school, and finding books with Black protagonists en français is like, finding a lightning in the bottle. It's just, there's not that many. So during the pandemic, I spent about $500 on books because I want my kid to see himself in the books, unlike what I had during my youth. And I ended up making the list, giving it to the teacher, because after Black Lives Matter, all of a sudden they care. And this return to school, I sent my list of books with Black protagonists en français to every school board in Ontario, French school board. So I've already started to do that just organically, but definitely it's something that we should all request because we pay taxes. Sometimes you have to remind them that this is not charity. We are X% of their student body. They get $13,000 per child in Ontario. That we send to their schools, and we need our money's worth.
Oh, formidable. Et juste pour dire que les documentations pour Dr. Williams est aussi disponible en français. So je pense que c'est important de savoir. So I think this is huge. So great. And so maybe we should all have this conversation. Rachel, that is awesome. Maybe we might need your list of schools that you send stuff to. That could be a great connection there. So maybe between you and Dr. Williams, you guys could connect as well. I think that's awesome. And Erica seems to be super excited about this too. So guys, it's 8:30. We've had an awesome morning. It's been great to connect with you guys. We didn't get a chance to talk about today's video, but maybe we'll talk about today's video next week, just because they spoke a lot about competition, but I think we should focus on our clients instead of trying to compete too much with each other. Yes, competition is good and it's healthy, but there's something that's really important when we're competing is that we have to have a foundation of love. This is something that, I forgot to mention, this Sunday, I'm doing a documentary night for my birthday where we're going to be watching the making of Motown at our studio. So it's going to be this Sunday at from 6 to about 9:30, not too late because, we have school and work the next morning, but I'd love for you guys to come. But the reason I say that is because in that documentary, Barry Gordy talks highly about the fact that he created competition within Motown, but there was a foundation of love. And I think that's what we, if we don't implement that in our day-to-day, we have a tendency of kind of going off course. So it's good to compete with each other, but it's also important to have that spirit of love so that we're competing with each other in love and ensuring that everybody eats and survives. Sister Kemba, yes, something before I close?
Just in terms of what everybody spoke about, Rachel, we pay taxes. One of my visions is to have improved home ownership and investment ownership among the Black community by 20% in the next 10 years. We did a talk on the fact that, other communities are up in the 70, 80, 90% ownership range in terms of their community and owning property and owning real estate. We're in the 50% range in terms of ownership. And so if we improve that ownership in terms of when we're talking to our school boards, when we're coming at them en masse with more people owning and more people having the perspective of we need to influence what they're providing to our children, because my children are just a few of their own color in their school because we're in a predominantly white community. So it's helpful that we all own property so that we have more of that power of influence in the community. So
and Pharaoh, I just wanted to add to that because just within the last 2 months, and this is to underscore what you're saying, Kemba, They came out with a study. This is African American, but I'm sure there's some correlation with Canadian, that right now, in order to create the kind of economic equity in the United States, it would take the average of 218 years for the African American community to catch up to the white community. 218 years. It shows you how effective Jim Crow and redlining and all of the other systemic racist practices that have X'd out Blacks in the marketplace, in home ownership, in areas of wealth, building wealth, destruction of Black Wall Street, all of the things that have gone to actually create a dislocated Black class within America. It has come to, I mean, this is actually now the numbers have been crunched, 218 years for us to catch up. When I say us, I mean collectively. I don't know what the numbers would look like in Canada, because historically we're still second from the bottom of the ladder for economic progress in Canada. And that's the Government of Canada stats. That's not mine.
Wow.
So the idea of building that wealth through home ownership or ownership of land and real estate, you're so spot on. You are so spot on. So go for it, girl.
I love it. This has been great, very exciting, great energy. I put all the chats today, all the comments and sorry, all the links. I think what I was supposed to share. I think they're all in the chat right now. So as I close, I'll give you guys some time just to pull them up and let me know if I forgot anything. So with this, guys, I'm so grateful again to life. I'm grateful to God, our creator. I'm grateful to our ancestors for being present with us and just for creating this opportunity for us to be able to get together and to connect this week. And I just ask that life just continue to bless us, bless our businesses, that they be able to continue to sustain us, sustain our families, and to continue to sustain our communities. Hotep, amen, ashe. Guys, thank you. This has been exceptional. Looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Invite somebody, and see you guys again next week, Tuesday.
Sign up, register.
Yes, and don't forget to register the Canvas course. See you guys soon. Have a great day.
All right, thank you. Bye.